What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TCGU here for another deck profile. We're doing Shinnok for our Mortal Kombat tournament. I was playing him under Evil, but it wasn't quite the Desperation Evil list. It was more for, we're focused on the speed buff of Shinnok, and then eventually we'll just get down to the draw two cards. Yeah, let's just get into it. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're playing Shinnok today, 600 with 28 life. His effects, and none of his card effects can be cancelled. He has a response. We can pay 2 life after our opponent draws a card. We can commit their character or blow up a foundation. And then enhance, we can pay 2 life to give our attack plus 2 speed. And then we can, if we're in desperation, draw 2 cards, discard a card. So it's super sweet. And like I said, we're going to try and abuse the enhance for drawing. So for the actions and assets, we're playing 2 Fiddlesticks just because of how this deck works. I'm going to build momentum and then be able to control the cards I'm drawing, the cards I'm seeing, whether it's blowing up foundations or it's using Shinnok's draw 2 effect. Yeah, this card is just really, really good in Shinnok in general, especially because it shares 2 symbols with him. We're playing 2 Race Against Time. Since we're playing a baby typical evil package with Coffee Samba and Princess Perry. So we're playing 2 of these just so we can Princess Perry put in a Coffee Samba on our opponent's turn. And then the standard, we're playing 4 Revokes, so we can cancel our opponents and they can't cancel ours. Or, after our opponent plays an enhance ability, we cancel its effects. Super sweet and simple. So onto the attacks. So I'm playing a throw build, actually. So just because it helps guarantee damage, and then with Shinnok, we're going to give speed. So we're playing 4 Wind Embrace. It's got 2 different enhances. It's a 3 high for 6 throw. I can mill 1 to burn my opponent for 1, or I can mill 1 to gain 2 life. I think that's super relevant for Shinnok because when we're in desperation, we can play this to pay 2, give it 2 speed, draw 2 cards, discard 1. Then we can mill 1 to give gain 2 life. So we gave 2 speeds and cycled for free thanks to this card. And then it just burns our opponent for 1, so it means that our throw, if blocked, does 4 damage instead of 3. I think this card is really good. We're playing 4 Thundering Impact. Like I said, we're trying to abuse Shinnok's pay 2, so if his speed is greater than sprinted, it gets plus 3 damage. So this is a 5 high for 7, which is super sweet. We just put this in our momentum every time we hit with it, and we just recycle it with good old Fiddlesticks. I'm playing 3 Draining Factor. So like I said, momentum is pretty important for our deck. With this Charge Slam, Tech Throw, enhance discard momentum. If the speed is greater than printed, our opponent loses 3 life, which is super sweet because this card helps guarantee damage. So if it's blocked, it's like it dealt 6 damage, which is super sweet. And then the Deadlock enhance is insane. -4 to our opponent's next check to play an attack, or to block an attack. I like this card. We're only playing it as a 3-of just because it's a 5 diff, so we don't want to see it too much. I'm playing 3 Princess Perry. Like I said, we want to get into desperation because we can do a lot of stuff. We can cycle, and so Princess Perry just clears. After our opponent plays an attack, we put it in a card pool. We clear their card out of their card pool, and then we play this as a reversal. The only thing is it's a 1, but since it's a 5 and it's a reversal, we can play it on our turn, on our opponent's turn. We can use Race Against Time to play Coffee Samba. Enhance, draw 2 cards. Your opponent gets to draw 2 cards. And its other enhances, it gets multiple X and stun X. X equals the number of cards in our opponent's hand. And it's a 4 mid for 5, so with Shinnok it's a 6 mid for 5, which is sweet. And then we're playing 2 Fatality. Like I said, momentum's pretty good for our deck. So we're playing 2 Fatality. R after it's played, we remove a card. All cards with the same name in our opponent's discard pile, and then we put this in our momentum. And then I'm playing 1 Guilty Throne. I kind of wanted to play a second one, but I didn't want to risk playing a lot of them because since we're playing 1-checks, we'll never tap 6 to resolve this card unless it wins us the game. But with Shinnok, if we're at desperation, we get to draw 5 cards, discard 1, and then we can reveal the top 3 cards of our deck. It's super sweet. This card's insane value, and with Shinnok, it's also an 8 mid for 7, so it's probably getting through. And then we don't have a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm playing 1 Life Force Thread. I think this card is actually really insane for this deck, and I wish we had more. But it's a 5 no block. It's a 4 mid for 8 range throw. If this gets a speed and a damage bonus, our next attack gets 3 speed and 1 damage. Sweet, sweet. And then enhance, if it's not blocked, we add the top card of our deck to our momentum. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I like this card. Onto the foundations. We're playing 2 Debt to be Paid. Enhance Flip. -1 to our opponent's next check to play a card if we have been dealt or lost a damage this turn. Playable or committed. We're playing 3 Fallen Angels. After it's played, we reveal the top card of our deck, and we can choose to discard it or keep it there. Helps secure checks. It's good spam. 3 Most Trusted Assassin. Gives us information with the first form. So if our opponent's holding an attack and then they don't block with it, then we know, like, okay, I know he has this attack, so it might be attack to Princess Berry, or even Race Against Time. And then once per turn, we can pay a life to give our opponent the next check to play an attack -1. Playing 3 Uniting Rebels. It's a 0/6 Desperation E once per turn. Gain a life. Sweet and simple. And then we're playing 3 Arranging a Deal. So 1/6 Desperation E flip. Draw a card. Super sweet because our character already draws cards. Playing 3 New Empress of Netherrealm just to help us get us down to Desperation. Plus it says flip, lose 3 life, draw a card. Desperation Enhance isn't too good, but it helps determine like our next play a little bit. We look at the top card of our opponent's deck. We're playing 3 Orphan Alchemist. Since we're playing the Race Against Time package, we definitely need to play this because not only is it a 6 check, but it prevents our opponent from fatalitying us, and then we cancel it and draw a card. So we protect our Race Against Time, and then we cancel their effect and draw a card. So it's pretty sweet, and like I said, it checks a 6. It's good spam. Playing 3 Azure Nightmare. If our opponent stuns this, they burn 2. If we discard it, we burn 1. And then once per turn, we can discard a card to ready it. None of the effects can win us the game, and then the ready is only once per turn. It's a 1/6. It's great spam under all 3 of those symbols. I like this card. I've been trying to incorporate it, but I like it. I'm playing 1 Hellspawn Spectre. We can lose 2 life to draw a card, and then flip if I'm in my Desperation or Fury attack gets +2 damage. That's not too relevant. We're just going to commit, lose 2 life, draw a card. Playing 1 Last of His Kind for all 3 of the effects, because all 3 of the effects are good. I can lose 2 life to give -4 damage to an attack to a minimum of 1. I can Desperation E +2 damage, Deadlock E +2 damage. We're playing 2 Confronting Jeddah. I should have played a 3rd, because I didn't see it too much. But with Shinnok giving 2 speed, it says all of our attacks get 2 damage. Plus, like I said, we're playing the Life Force thread, and so that says if it gets a speed and damage bonus, our next one gets 3 speed and a damage, which is sweet because we're playing throws, and throws already are usually pretty beefy. So yeah, this just helps us secure damage. Playing 2 Evil Eye just for the speed reset. It's playable while committed. Flip, we can reset the speed of an attack. Playing 2 Outworld's Heiress, it helps us get into Desperation with both of the effects. If our opponent plays a stun attack, we can lose X Vitality. X equals its stun rating, and then subtract the entire stun rating, and then I can remove it, pay X Vitality to add an asset or foundation from my opponent's staging area to their hand equal to the difficulty. Playing 4 Face of a Monster is arguably the best Evil Foundation. It's a 2/5, 2 high block. Each effect's playable once per turn. Desperation E, we can change the zone to any other zone. Deadlock form, our opponent discards a card. And then R, after an attack is played, I can give -1 speed, and I can pay 1 life to give it another instance of -1 speed. This card's very standard for a lot of evil decks. And then this card was cool. I didn't get to use it, but I thought this card was really, really sweet. It's a 3/6. It's called Fused with Lilith. Enhanced Commit. If the attack speed is 6 or greater, no more enhances can be played during this enhanced step. So like Life Force Thread, it says give 3 speed. So I'll show you this real quick, just because I thought it was really cool. That's why I put it in the deck. So we play a Life Force Thread, and we use Shinnok to give it 2 speed, and then we use the Confronting Jeddah to give it 2 damage. So then it's a 6 mid for 10 throw, and then since it got a speed and a damage buff, it'll give the next one speed and damage. So we'll send this, then we can play a Wind Embrace, and then it'll come in as a 3 high for 7. And if we don't have any good enhances to play off besides the burn or the life gain, we can just enhance commit Fused with Lilith. It basically has flash now. Alright, it's a 6 high for 7 throw. Like, deal with it. I thought it was a really cool interaction to show you guys. So yeah, guys, like I said, that was my Shinnok deck profile under Evil. Evil Throw Shinnok, or I kind of want to call it Ragdoll Shinnok. I had a lot of fun making the deck and playing it. Yeah, if you guys like the content, you can check out the rest of our Mortal Kombat or the previous tournament, the Femme Fatale tournament, on YouTube or on Patreon at /TCGU University. You can subscribe at one of the tiers there and then get all access to all of our content a week early. And then you guys can even pitch us some ideas for the tournament. ideas for the talk show, etc. But yeah, like I said, follow us on social media and stay learned.